All right. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
As I just mentioned, what we're going to do today, we're going to focus on MoxiPresent, and we are, instead of doing, the CMA portion, which I think we've done many times, we're going to focus on actually building your own listing presentation, adding slides, and adding video to your presentation that you can use as a pre-listing packet, a post-listing packet, or just your actual listing presentation altogether. So for starters, I am sharing my screen. Hopefully everybody can see that, and we are on Foster.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Got it.
So we are going to start off by launching MoxiPresents. That's the first bar right here. And that's going to go ahead and launch to our dashboard. Okay. So while you are on your dashboard, this is going to be, some of the presentations that you've done in the past, kind of going back. We are going to focus on this area over here, My Library at first, and this is how you can create slides. So I'm going to start off with creating a couple slides, and then once I do so, what we're going to do is work on, kind of deleting some things and building your own template that you can use for many different situations. I think, and I thought this before, I think a lot of you might believe that, creating your own slides in this is difficult. And, I think most people kind of just stick with what's in here, but it really is very easy to create your own slides, to add video. Each slide probably only takes you, 2 to, let's say 20 minutes to put together, depending on how complicated you want to do. So what I'm going to do from this dashboard, I'm going to click on My Library. And when you're in My Library, on the left-hand side, it says My Pages. So these are only pages that I have created over, over time that can be added to my presentation. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to add a video to your presentation, which is super duper easy. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit Create Page over here. And you're going to have two options, and we're going to work with both of these options. You can build your own page, which is, kind of creating it from scratch, or you can upload a PDF. So for the sake of doing a video, we are going to build our own page. And it really is intuitive, and it shows you all these different templates that you can use. And each one of those boxes can be a text, a video, or an image. So we're just going to do the full one with really no template there, because we're just going to add a video. So we're going to hit that one on the left, and we're going to hit Create. And then when you see here, you see the one big box, and it says you want to add text, an image, video, or more, which is you can create some different shapes. What I did before this class, I just went on YouTube. Oh no, I got to move our pictures over. I went on YouTube, and I just typed Long and Foster, and I found this luxury video that's kind of starting to play here.
Proven winners stand in a league of their own, and it's never.
I'm not going to play the video, but just kind of skipping through it.
Incomparable exposure is assured through long.
It talks about, this one is a luxury, and it talks about what Long and Foster does across the Mid-Atlantic, and it's a nice little 2-minute piece. Now, you can add any video you would like to your presentation. And it's super easy to do. So you're doing it from YouTube or Vimeo. And when you have this window open of whatever video you'd like to add, there's a little share button right below the video. So you would click the share button, and we're not going to share it to Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. But what we do need is this address, this URL, and we're just going to hit copy. And that's all you need to do from YouTube. Now we're going to hop back over to, sorry, I have too many windows open. All right, so this is where we were. So we're going to say we're going to create a video. And it's just asking for that URL, which we just copied. So we're just going to hit paste. And there we go. And then we're going to hit add. Now it brought in that video right into our page here. And we can go ahead and hit save. And we can name it. So let's name it Long and Foster Luxury Homes. And obviously you can do whatever you like. And we're just going to hit the save button. You could add a description as well. We're not. And we're going to hit save. So now this video is shown right here in my pages. And we can add this to any presentation. And we can even hit this, we can hit the play button, and it's playing within MoxiPresents. So that's how easy it is to add a video. I'm going to go ahead and hit back to home. Any questions on that? All right, everybody's silent. I guess that everybody got it.
And you're saving it under, it's in my library, right?
It's in my library. So when I click here, whenever you go to my library, it's going to show you all the different pieces that you've done. And it'll tell you when it's created. So this was created on May 19th, and it'll be right here. I'm going to create a couple more. And then after that, I'm going to show you how you can insert them into your presentation and how we can create a template so these slides will automatically be put into presentations in the future.
Okay.
Okay?
I have 0 pages right now.
Well, and that makes sense. I would probably guess that 95% of you on this call probably have 0 pages. This is not something that many of us do. But what I wanted to try to do today was to demonstrate how easy it is. You can create your own video. We've talked about doing those quick videos before. You can do those type of videos and display some listings of yours. So there's a lot of different ways that you can add content to your presentation or your pre-list pack or whatever you like to do.
Chris?
So I'm going to show you how to create just something using a PDF. So I'm going to hit create page, and now we're going to upload a PDF. So this could be any PDF that you have on your computer. So I'm going to hit choose file. And the first thing I'm going to do, I have this, let's see here. Oh, I have a market minute. I did this in a class the other day, or a sales meeting for Haverford. Here's a market minute on the main line. So that was something that I got directly off of the cafe. I saved it as a PDF, and we can just hit choose file and then hit upload. Now it's taking those PDFs and it's adding it into pages in your presentation. So it's working. So there you go. So now we have, and this is a 2-page PDF. So as you kind of scroll through it, it'll put both pages in, and you can just hit save. So that's actually page 1. And I think it went. Oh, and here's page 2. So here's page 1 and page 2. So now we have these pages and we can look at them to show you, you could put in some, stats about the housing market. You could pull that right off of Market Minute or anything else you like. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to do, so I have we have this, I don't know if you can see it. I think Valerie in Westchester put this together. So we have this, if you can see it on my screen, and don't worry about the inspection report there. There's this virtual home buying process piece that Valerie put together. And this is a picture. So she put this in a picture. It's a PNG file, not very similar to a JPEG. So what we're going to do, I have that on my desktop. We're going to hit create page. We're going to, very similar to what we did the video. We're not going to do anything complicated. We're just going to do the one on the left. Hit create. Now we're going to put an image in. And here's that piece that Valerie created. I'm going to hit add. So now we have a piece about, you know, COVID and the virtual home buying process. So if you are doing, you know, if you're doing a listing presentation or providing information to some of your clients, you can add this as a slide to talk about how we are doing things in this, you know, pandemic and virtual time. So we just hit save, and we can call this the COVID-19 workflow, and then just hit save. Okay. There's another slide that we just did. I am going to show you. I'm not going to go through. I did it in a class the other day. So on May 14th, I created this recent sales one, and I'm going to hit this edit button so you can kind of see what we did. So without me going and attaching all of these pictures, what I did was we just created a page, and I did the one with the 4 boxes. So 1 box, 2 box, 3 and 4. And what I did, each one of these houses, I sent it to, always blank on that. I sent it to Agent Icon, and Agent Icon did all this. Here we go. You know, put the logo on here, and I picked sold over list price, offer accepted, sold with multiple offers, hashtag sold. And once I did that, it was as simple as just adding these pictures into each one of these boxes. So for example, here, I just deleted that one. We would just hit image. Oh, I forget which image it was. I think it was this one. And we just add the image back in, and there you go. And you can make multiple slides of this if you wanted to show, you know, what your recent sales are. You can do that. You don't have to have, you know, the extra little sold over list price, but I thought it looked nice. And you could just hit save, and that's another way to create a slide. Okay. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do one more that's a little bit more complicated, but as you'll see is pretty easy in the end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit create a page. We're going to build a page. And, you know, for example, let's say you have a marketing plan. I have a marketing plan that I go over in all my listing appointments. But the way I've been using this piece in the years, oh, here it is. I'll just show it to you. It's just a Word document, and, you know, it has a header, and it has some things that I do, you know, throughout the process. But this is a little old school, if you will. It's a Word document, you know, it's something that you print. If you would like to create slides so you can put this in a pre-list packet or in your listing presentation, we can kind of start off by doing this. So for example, I'm going to pick this T design, and I'm going to hit create. So this top bar, I'm just going to do text, and we're just going to say marketing plan. Okay. And from here, we can just use these little things. We can center that, format, it's great. It doesn't give you too many options. So we can just do large text. So we have marketing plan right there. This left-hand side. So if we want to try to keep things consistent on having some pictures and text and making things look a little bit more current or bubbly, what I did right before class here, I went into, if you're on the hub, you can click on the gallery, and that will open up like this, and it goes into, it's called Canto, but this is where all of our logos and all of our pictures are. I'm just going to go into lifestyle images, and these are just pictures of, you know, people doing, you know, whatever. You know, here's somebody walking up the stairs. You know, here's just somebody on the porch having a glass of champagne. So if you're just looking for, you know, some family, so let's take this one. This is just a family sitting outside having, so we're going to click on this. We're going to hit download. I'm just going to download this photo. All right, so it went into my downloads. Now I'm going to go back right here, and we're going to add an image. So I'm going to click that and upload that from my desktop right here. All right, there's the family having some coffee and wine. Okay, and then on the right-hand side, this is where I'm actually going to add some text. So I'm just going to hit text. I'm going to go over to my Word document, and let's just say we're going to do this pre-marketing section. I'm just going to hit copy, go back over here, and then hit paste. All right, so that's in here. You're going to probably say it doesn't look too great. So let's go to our format. Let's make it, let's say medium text. We got to highlight it first. Mediums, let's go with large. Okay. So then what we can do, we can go pre-marketing, hit this little center button, make it bold. Let's just stick a little space here. As you can see, our my dots didn't work. So I'm just going to stick in a little arrow. Okay. All right. So now we have, you know, something that we created in a matter of 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and hit save. We can call this marketing plan, and under description, we're gonna say pre-marketing. And then we're gonna hit save. Okay. So we've now, and if we wanted to view what it looks like, hold on, come on. Oh, we'll do that in a second anyway. So there we go. We just created a slide, marketing plan, pre-marketing. And then what I would do next, I would do the same slide. I'd say marketing plan at the top, maybe add another picture, or maybe not have a picture on the second one, and then just go back into my Word document and then continue to take, you know, like first week on the market, maybe have no picture and have half of this on the left and then half on the right. So you can keep going and creating your own slides. And obviously this could say anything. So we're just going to hit X and we're going to go back. So now when we're looking into my library, we have the marketing plan I just did, the COVID-19 workflow that I created, the market minute, the video that we did for luxury homes, and those are all slides that are here. And I'm going to take us back to the dashboard, and we're going to create a new presentation and kind of keep a template going. Before I do so, I just wanted to open up for questions and see if I'm going too fast, if that makes sense. Anybody?
I'm good. I know.
Everybody
Like
good?
crickets out there, huh, Chris?
Yeah, it is crickets. I'll make sure you guys are still there.
I am.
All right, good. So does that all make sense? What what I want to kind of show you is that it really is a lot easier than I think anybody would have thought.
I'd have
Chris,
to try.
I have a
I
question.
agree.
Chris, if I may,
Yeah.
can a postcard be made off of what you're doing?
A postcard, you know, you
Yes.
might have a way to print it, but this is really not designed for print. This is designed, you know, kind of more, you know, web-based, something that you can email to your clients. They can click on a link and launch a presentation and kind of go through some things. So I would probably say no, this is not the source, although you could print it. This is not the way I would create a postcard.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
There are other avenues like Express Docs, Quantum, that would allow you to do a postcard.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure I'll
So
have
what-
questions after I try it out. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit Create New, like you would if you were creating any type of presentation. Okay. And I'm going to call this a seller presentation and I'm going to hit Continue. So we are going to create a template now. We are going to create a template that we can use, you know, let's say as a, let's say we're going to call this a pre-listing packet, okay? And we're going to start off with, because we don't have a template yet, we're going to start off with the default seller presentation. Or you could start off with, let's say we're going to start off with the luxury seller, because I do have that video in here. So let's start off with this one, the Long and Foster Christie's luxury seller. We're going to hit Continue. And we're going to prepare this for, you know, I'm just going to prepare it for class. And you don't have to worry about, you know, what that's prepared for. We're really just kind of doing a sample. And we're not going to do a CMA here, so I'm going to end up deleting those slides. Okay, so we don't need to worry about, you know, we're in the subject property. We're not going to do a CMA right now, so we can go to skip all that, and we're just going to go over to Pages, which is all of the slides that are included with this presentation. So right now, all we have are the Long and Foster slides on the left, and we don't have any of the custom pages that I just added. So what I am going to do first, so again, we're going to try to create something, a pre-listing. We're going to go down to, I'm looking for, here we go. So I'm going down to Property Summary, which is the beginning of the CMA portion. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to remove all these slides from Property Summary all the way down to Net Proceeds. These are the CMA slides. And not saying that you wouldn't do a CMA, but we're going to create a template that's going to be used for a pre-listing packet, which is not going to include comparables, a CMA. It's really just going to have information about Long and Foster and about me or about the market. So I'm just going to delete all these things first. So there's about 10 of them. All right, like 2 more. So we're going to get rid of the pricing analysis and the net proceeds. Okay. So now we are left with information about Long and Foster and about Christie's and our expansive network and things like this. So what I would recommend you doing when you're creating let's say a pre-listing packet, is go through your slides, and you could have picked the standard one instead of the luxury, and click on each one of these things and look and see if this is something that you want to include. Like, so this one's about fine art, living in real estate. Maybe you don't want to include this, and we would just hit this little X and we can remove that slide. So any one of these slides that you don't want to include in your pre-listing packet, let's say, you can just go ahead and remove them. So we removed a couple things. Then let's say we want to add our own stuff in. The easiest way to put it in the right place that you like is to have the slide over here. So let's just say we wanted to have we're going to put the video in first. We wanted to put that in here at the beginning of the presentation between exceptional service and expansive network. So from here, we're going to see this little add page. We can hit add page. You could create one right here, but we've already created them right in our main page. So we're going to add from the library. And then on the left-hand side, we're going to click My Pages, which is where we put this stuff. So here's the Long and Foster Luxury Homes video. We're just going to hit add. And it says page is added to our presentation. Okay. We could go back. We can go back to pages if you want. And we can see that right here is that expansive network. And then here's that, and we titled it Long and Foster Luxury Homes. Here's that video that we added. You could play the video right now, but you don't have to. Okay. Let's say down here where my agent profile is, here's my agent profile. We wanted to add that slide about what sales I've had recently. So we would hit add page, again from the library, because we already put it in the library, My Pages, and then here is the recent sales. So we're just going to go ahead and hit add. Now that's been added to my presentation. We can go back to pages and we can see that is down here, agent profile right there, and then sales, recent sales. Here's those 4 pictures that I put in. I'm just going to go right here and I'm going to add those other pages that we added. So we're going to hit add page from the library. Let's go ahead and add the My Pages. Let's go ahead and add my marketing plan. Let's go ahead and add the COVID-19 workflow. And we'll go ahead and add the market minute. That's 1 of 2. And then here's 2 of 2 and hit add. Okay. And all the while, you're going to see our pages are increasing now. We have 33. So all those things are in here. And if you wanted to see what this looks like in your actual presentation, here's your view button. And we're going to hit view web. And this is launching that presentation like your seller would see. So presentation ready. We're just going to kind of skim through. So here's what we got. We got, the title page with the Christie's, exceptional service, the expansive network. And then right after that, we added this video. So the video is right here, ready to play.
Hi, Danielle. This is Sean Washington with Long and Foster.
And we're not going to play it.
That's interested in your listing at 19 Somerset Street. They want to sell the property, but they would also like to.
All right. So here's our marketing plan slide that I put in. That has the picture and talks about pre-marketing and so on. Here's the COVID-19 workflow.
You get a chance to give me a call at 610.
Okay.
66-168.
Here's our market minute.
10766-1682. Thanks.
And I think I put the recent sales all the way at the bottom under Chris Harmer. Here's my bio. And then here's my recent sales. And our little thank you. So you can do so many different things with this tool based on the slides that you want to include. And it doesn't have to be 33 slides. You could do 5 slides. You could do, 10. You can create your own template that's called a pre-list packet, a post-list packet, let's say a CMA only. So you can really add value to your presentation. You can send somebody a link when you first get off the phone, send them a couple slides that you've already done to talk about, what you're going to be speaking about in the listing presentation. The listing presentation could be your CMA with a couple extra slides. And then as a, a follow-up, a thank you, you can create a post, a post listing presentation with a couple slides that you can send off to them. And really, you can add any type of, again, this was a slide that I created. This is a picture that I added. And here's a video. So any video that's on YouTube, you can add, you can do many different things. So let's say we were done. This was a pre-list packet. Let's say we were done. We're happy with all our slides. We would hit save as a template, custom title, and we can say, let's say Harmer's pre-list package. And we would hit save. Okay. So now, and this was a luxury one, if you're at home and you're starting from scratch, let's say you're creating something for, somebody named, Chris and Jen or Ralph and Diane, you can hit create new, seller, continue, and it's going to ask you to pick your template here. So down below, the brokerage templates are all my templates. So we just created a template based on all those slides we added called Harmer's pre-list packet, and this was our luxury. We could select that, hit continue, and let's say this is actually being prepared for somebody real. We can hit Chris and Jen. And then from here, what happened is they created a presentation for Chris and Jen with the 33 pages that we just did. So if we clicked on pages, here's our presentation with all of those things in there. So once you've done this once, and then I would just say, all right, send. And I can go ahead and send this to my, my potential client, customer, right here, and just send them a pre-list, because this is not specific to their house. So you don't even have to do anything else. You can have this all queued up with, recent sales, with some videos that you like to share, and it's ready to go.
Very nice.
All right. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing real quick and check back with you guys and see what questions you have. Crickets again.
I'm going to need a copy of this. I got some alarming news and I flaked out and missed it. So I'm going to need a copy of your video.
I am recording, so once we wrap up, I will finish up this recording and I'll send it out to the offices so you guys can rewatch and kind of go through the steps if you had any questions.
Great, thank you.
Chris?
Yes.
Andrew. When you create pages, is there anything you can save on here that you could put onto your website so you create it once?
So anything you could put on your website. So yes. So sorry, I was thinking, Andrew. So let me share again. Yeah, let me share again real quick. So 1 second. So let's say what you would do, and I'm kind of thinking out of the box here, Andrew. Let's say we created this presentation, right? And we could have called it, instead of Chris and Jen, we just could have called it a pre-list packet, right?
Okay.
Once we got to, and again, had nothing specific to any person, if you go to pages, we can go ahead and hit, let's just hit view. So when you hit view web, we're launching that presentation. And this is a great idea, Andrew. So now you guys should be able to see this up here is the URL for this presentation that we just created. You can copy this and you can add this to your website. So yes, you can create a pre-list, a post list, and instead of actually sending it to clients, you can just have it referenced on your website. I think, Andrew, you know how to add that to your headers and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, by that URL is not going to change. So you can continue to share that on your website. So that's a great point. So anything you create in here, you can add that onto your homepage of your website.
Another question. When you're changing the pages on the default, there's no chance of deleting anything permanently, is there? You know how like sometimes when you're working with the document, you hit save as and you overwrite something and you lose it? I mean, it's always going to be there because it's on the long.
Yeah, it's always going to be there. The only way you would, so let's say, you were messing around on here and you deleted a page, right? It's a little bit different. The only way you would delete something is if you hit save as a template again. It's going to pull up all my templates, and then you actually click on it and it'll give you, just like when you save over any document. So if I went over to pre-list packet, right, and this is how you would alter your pre-list packet if you wanted to add a slide or whatever, or delete a slide, I can do this, hit save, and it's going to say you're about to overwrite Harmer's listing packet. Do you want to do this? That would be, and then when you hit yes, save, that would be the only way you would change that template.
But it wouldn't change from the Moxie itself. It would still be there the next time you went in.
Yeah, it would still be there. And if you did share that presentation, if you shared this URL is specific to an actual like client, if you will. So it would be one of these presentations. So even if you change a template, it wouldn't change any of these. So you would probably keep these in here for use on your website and title them, pre-list packet, post list packet, or whatever you like. And that would not, so any change to your template would not change the actual presentation that you've done in the past.
Great. Thanks.
Great question. I didn't even think about that. That adds one more thing that you can do here. All right, checking back with you guys. Any other questions?
Yeah, this might be dumb, but did the layout of the cafe change, or am I clicking on the wrong thing? It looks different to me where I'm going.
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been on the cafe in a long time now. So I am using the, Foster or the hub, consistently
Hub,
now.
that's what it was. The hub, I can't, because when I worked with you before, I had Internet Explorer and you had me download Chrome and I couldn't figure out what URL I was going to. It's hub that I can't find. Sorry.
So I'm using Foster, the hub, consistently. You do have access to the cafe to come back here, but there's really not anything that I cannot find on Foster that I would need to go back to the cafe for. I'm not a fan of the cafe, and I'm super excited they created Foster because it's much easier to navigate.
Unauthorized access to the hub.
I'm sorry?
It's telling me my unauthorized access to the hub.
If you did that, you may not have selected Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Delaware. From the drop down, you should probably have a bar very similar to this, where it says Foster at the top.
I got it.
PA, New Jersey, Delaware.
Okay, sorry, thanks.
No problem. All right, guys. Well, anybody else have any other questions? All right.
Good, Chris. Thank you.
You're welcome. So
Thank you, Chris.
I'm happy to sit down with any of you guys. If you have content that you want to kind of create, we can work together to create these slides on your profile. So if that's something you're interested in doing, just contact me. We can block off some time and we can work on these things together.
But we have to do it as a Zoom meeting, Chris.
Yes,
Like
we would.
You can't come into the office and sit, and we can't.
No, not yet.
So we have to, okay,
Yeah, we're all Zoom right now.
okay.
Chris, are you still doing DocuSign this afternoon?
That's not today. That's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah.
Yes. That is tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
I don't have your schedule, and I couldn't get on today. Honey got me on. I just hyperlinked whatever she did to get me onto this. Why aren't I receiving your schedule?
I don't know. They're all coming from Jim.
Yeah, Jim's calendar has it. You just click on the site and it's calendar.
Yeah, I didn't have it.
Hey, Chris.
I'm tired.
See you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna stop recording.
This is the real estate stuff. So,
Thank you.